Ethan and Peter Pan's Incredible Adventures in Neverland. Once upon a time in the magical land of Neverland, there lived a boy named Ethan. Ethan was a brave and curious boy, always ready for an adventure. One night, as Ethan lay in his bed, staring at the stars through his window, a tiny light flickered and grew brighter and brighter. It wasn't just any light, it was Tinker Bell, Peter Pan's best friend. "Hey, Ethan. Wake up," Tinker Bell whispered, her voice like the tinkling of bells. Ethan rubbed his eyes and sat up. "Tinker Bell. Is that really you?" "Yes, it's me. Peter Pan needs your help. We need to save Neverland from Captain Hook." Ethan's eyes widened in excitement. "Let's go." Tinker Bell sprinkled some of her magical fairy dust on Ethan, and with a single thought of happy things, he began to float. Soon, they were flying high above the city, heading towards the second star to the right and straight on till morning. As they soared through the sky, Ethan felt a rush of excitement. Flying was so much fun. They arrived in Neverland, greeted by the sight of lush forests, shimmering waterfalls, and beautiful beaches. But there was no time to explore, they had a mission to complete. Peter Pan greeted them with a wide smile. "Ethan. I'm so glad you're here. Captain Hook has captured the lost boys, and we need your bravery to help rescue them." "I'm ready, Peter. What do we need to do?" Ethan asked eagerly. Peter Pan explained the plan. They would sneak into Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger, and free the lost boys while Hook was distracted. With Tinker Bell's help, they devised a clever plan. The moonlight illuminated their path as they flew towards the ship. As they approached, they could see the dark silhouette of the Jolly Roger anchored in the bay. Tinker Bell sprinkled her magical dust on Peter and Ethan, making them invisible. Silently, they landed on the ship and tiptoed past the sleeping pirates. They found the lost boys locked in the brig, looking sad and scared. "Don't worry, guys. We're here to save you," Peter whispered. Tinker Bell used her tiny but strong magic to unlock the door. The lost boys cheered softly and hugged Peter and Ethan. But just as they began to sneak back up, they heard Captain Hook's voice. "What's going on here?" Hook snarled, his hook glinting in the moonlight. Peter Pan stepped forward bravely. "Let them go, Hook." Hook's eyes narrowed. "You again, Pan. This time, you won't escape." A fierce battle ensued. Hook lunged at Peter with his sword. Peter skillfully dodged and parried, using his agility to keep Hook at bay. The lost boys and Ethan cheered Peter on, their spirits lifted by his bravery. Meanwhile, Ethan noticed a rope tied to the ship's anchor. He had an idea. He quickly untied the rope and whispered to the lost boys. They quickly began pulling the rope, raising the anchor. The ship began to drift away from the shore. Hook, too busy fighting Peter, didn't notice until it was too late. Peter made a daring move, disarming Hook and knocking him overboard. Hook splashed into the water, where the crocodile that had been following him for years awaited with a hungry grin. "Well done, Ethan," Peter said, flying to his side. "You saved us all." The lost boys cheered and lifted Ethan onto their shoulders. They all flew back to the safety of the forest, where they celebrated their victory with a grand feast. Tinker Bell brought out her favorite treat, cherry pie, and everyone enjoyed a slice. Peter Pan raised his hand for silence. "Tonight, we learned that bravery and friendship can overcome any obstacle. Never forget that, Ethan." As the night grew late, Ethan knew it was time to return home. Peter and Tinker Bell flew him back to his room, where they said their goodbyes. "Thank you for the adventure, Peter." "I'll never forget it," Ethan said, hugging his new friends. "Remember, Ethan, you can always find us in the stars," Peter replied with a smile. And with a sprinkle of fairy dust, Peter and Tinker Bell flew back to Neverland, leaving Ethan with a heart full of memories and the knowledge that with bravery and friendship, anything was possible. As Ethan drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of more adventures with Peter Pan and his friends in the magical land of Neverland. And so, the story of Ethan and Peter Pan's incredible adventures was told and cherished for generations to come.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.